This time we're going to take a look at the Klingon Kronos One, which is a Katinga class, not to be confused with the D7, which is already out the Groth, which actually used a model for the Katinga class, but hey, we don't make the game, we just play it. Let's start off with the dial. Again, it's a Wave 1 ship. They got the bigger peg in the middle, so things turn more free. Pretty maneuverable ship. Got that come about maneuver most of the Klingon ships do. A few greens in there. And some red. I like the red 390s. They let you do some interesting maneuvers late game. There's a good picture of the ship. Klingon faction. Pretty standard maneuver. The threes turns are red. Other than that, it's similar to the other ones we've seen in this expansion. Or this wave, I should say. There's our Kronos One. It's unique. Klingon faction. 4 attack. Seems to be average for Klingon ships. 1 evade. 4 hull, 3 shield. Got 2 weapon upgrades, 2 crew upgrades, 24 points. Evasive, target lock, cloak, and sensor echo. And any ship attacking you at range 3 rolls 1 less attack die, which is nice. So you're getting 1 bonus defense and they're rolling 1 less attack. Then we have our generic Katinga class. 4 attack, 1 evade, 4 hull, 2 shield, so you're losing 1 shield there. You lose 1 crew upgrade, same action bar, and 2 less points. Then we have our captains. Got Chang, it's unique. 6 skill, elite talent upgrade, 4 points. Klingon faction, of course. Spend your target lock to perform this action. Disabled the captain card on a ship that was target locked. Interesting ability he has. Gets through shields. A lot of them require the shield to be down. So we have Gorkin. It's also unique. 5 captain skill, 3 points. Disable Gorkin to perform this action. Your ship and every ship that attacks you this round rolls 2 less attack dice. That can be crippling to the right fleet. And a new thing for this wave. These little tokens, and that one's for use with him. So when you use his action, you can mark to remind yourself that him and everybody else who attacks him rolls 2 less attack dice. And then, of course, our generic Klingon captain. Our elite talent for this expansion. Once more into the breach. It's unique, as all elite talents are supposed to be from now on. 5 points, Klingon faction. Discard this card to allow your primary weapon to make a total of 2 attacks this round at -1 attack die each. You may not roll any defense dice this round. That's the killer for this. But, I mean, if you can finish off what you're shooting at and there's nothing else in range, I can see where it would be good. Especially on a larger ship like the Borcha or the Negvar, where you're rolling 5, 6, 7 attack dice, -1 each attack, really isn't going to hurt you. For our crew upgrades, we have Stex, it's unique, 2 points. If a crew upgrade on an enemy ship would cause your ship to discard or disable any of your upgrades, roll 2 dice. If you roll at least 1 evasive, ignore the effects. Pretty much the same thing that Kira Nerys gets as captain of the... She came with the Defiant expansion. And Kurla, also unique, 2 points. When defending against a ship at range 1, you can convert 1 run battle station result into an evade. For weapons, we got our standard Klingon photon torpedoes. 5 points, range 2 to 3, 5 attacks. Requires a lock. You can convert 1 battle stations into a critical, and it can be fired from the front or rear arc. These ones a little more entertaining, I think. Concussive charges. They require a target lock, range 2 to 3. They're 4 points. You roll 4 attack dice. For every uncancelled hit or critical hit, the ship loses 1 token of your choice that has been placed beside it in the play area. And you can fire this from your front or rear arcs. Now what this comes in handy for is if you can manage to squeeze one of these through, a hit or a critical, not only do they take the damage from it, but you can remove a battle station token. You can remove an evasive maneuver token. Well, they're going to use that to block anyway, but I mean, ideally you're going to hit a cloaked ship with it. It's going to remove their cloak token. And then all the rest of your ships get to shoot at them. They don't get to put their shield back up until the end of the round. So that's where I see this coming in handy, is nailing someone in cloak with this. Now the downside is you're only rolling 4 dice, so you need a lot of bonuses in order to really get a hit in. But if you can manage to squeeze a hit through with this, they're in for a lot of hurt that turn. Forgot to mention this. This one goes with once more into the breach. It's another one of these. You get 2 attacks, -1. It's just to remind yourself that you use that ability, just like the ones that come with the captains. And in total here we got target lock M this time around. We got our 3 shields, our auxiliary power and critical hit tokens disable for the torpedoes. Got our cloak icon and our evasive maneuver. The mission for this expansion is to escort the Chancellor's ship. And another one I haven't gotten a chance to play yet, so I know little about it. As for the actual ship, it's the same model that we got for the Groth, except this is actually the Katinga ship that it's supposed to be, instead of that one being a D7, which was labeled wrong. You got the extra detail here on the wings. The D7, this was all smooth. And the biggest difference was the D7s couldn't cloak. But again, they missed putting the torpedo here and the conning towers on sideways. And this is kind of a funny thing. People were saying that the HeroClix models were right. The normal HeroClix model, which I don't happen to have on hand right now, is correct. This is the cloaked model. And if you've noticed in the normal model, this is 2 pieces here. On the cloaked one, it's a single piece. It's really hard to see because it's clear. But there we go. There's a bubble in this one, in the clear. But the cloaked model here is also missing the torpedo, and also has the conning tower on sideways. This is the mold that they use to make the figures for the attack wing, not the one that was molded properly, and I'll throw a picture of that in here so you can see they do have a model of it correctly. And there's your Kronos One, one of the, I think it's the only Klingon ship with a rear firing arc right now. And then you have your generic Katinga class. All in all, a good expansion. Much better than the D7. The D7 has its perks. I mean, if you're playing a TSO style battle, it fits in. It's cheaper point wise, and you get the fun with the triples. But I mean, this is by far, you get better commanders with it, I think. You've got better abilities. The concussive charges and once more into the breach are much better cards. So all in all, if you haven't bought the other and you don't want to play some old TSO style battles, you're better off getting the Kronos One. The Katinga is such a better ship than the Groth or the D7. One more thing I'd like to throw in here, and this happened a couple times with this expansion. This is one of the cards that came with it. So much wasted space that could have been used for extra tokens or something. Even some extra, I know they've been giving you exactly what you need for the ship, like it requires 3 shields. So they're giving you 3 shields, but even a couple extra shield tokens, because some of the missions and things require shields and things to be put on those, and you don't have any tokens for it. So Be nice to see him use this. It's just a shame that it's all wasted space on here. On the bright side, you get this nice heavy cardstock that you can make your own stuff with. If you there's a print and play for the minefields. That's a perfect size to make your own minefield. So, something to think about.